So we talked about the Strauss issue, and that was part of the summer. And in your opening comments, you talked about how, then the Urban Meyer, Gene Smith things came up at the end.
Yes.
Do you feel that, after the action taken by the board and the suspension, that the Urban Meyer situation is completely resolved, especially considering I know we and other news organizations still have, records requests out on the matter?
Yes. We think it's settled. We had a very thorough, active investigation we looked there for a nationally renowned and experienced team of investigators. And because of the sensitivity of the matter, there was a special task force put together with some board members and some community members, and they kind of guided that because we wanted to make sure that it was truly independent. And that team did an investigation, presented the findings to us. We reviewed those findings and came to the decision. This decision was for suspensions, as you know. Those have been served, and so we're moving on.
There have been many, as you know, differing opinions about how the outcome of the Meyer investigation went.
Yes.
Did you personally feel like the outcome was the best?
What I felt was that this was a sad situation in every circumstance. The issues that were raised that led to this happening are very sad, and so there were things that were very unpleasant, very sad, many of them quite inappropriate, and so we started there. And then the fact pattern was challenging, so that was something to be concerned about. But I could see at the instant that it came to us that there wasn't a such thing as a good outcome. There were a lot of potential outcomes, and what we had to do is look for the best outcome, and we worked hard based on the information we had to make the best decision, and we went forward with that. And as I said, the suspensions have been served, and we're moving forward.
I guess kind of piggybacking off that, there's been news reports about what did or did not said in executive session. I know that's not something you can talk about, the debates that went on in there,
Yes.
but in your personal opinion, was 3 games enough, I guess, is what I would like to know.
Yeah, what I would say is that we looked at what was in the report. I looked at what was in the report and tried to come to a reasonable conclusion about what should happen. And
Okay.
And I knew that was going to be the case
Yeah.
before we saw it, and I always was approaching it with what's the appropriate, fair, right thing to do. And I expected there would be people who said, gee, that's not nearly enough, and there'd be people who say, gosh, that's way too much. And I understand that, and we did our best to get a reasonable decision.
What do you think? I mean, there's with between the what happened with Strauss and then with what happened with Meyer, there wasn't necessarily the news coverage of Ohio State wasn't necessarily flattering. So what do you think? What do you think sort of the overall effect on Ohio State's brand was? I guess over the summer.
We have an incredible brand, and that works 2 ways, I guess. The incredible brand, everyone knows who we are, and and you do this when you travel around the country, or certainly around Ohio, but around the country. Everybody knows Ohio State and what we're doing. Millions of people watched us play football last weekend, and we're a very known entity. And so when things happen with us, they become big news because they may be newsworthy, period, but also they're newsworthy because they're at the Ohio State University and we mean something to people. And there was a commercial years ago that I liked, and it was a commercial of Tiger Woods, who had done well recently, but this was Tiger Woods maybe 10 years ago, and he was standing in weeds, and it was a commercial for a consulting firm, so it had nothing to do, but it was kind of standing in weeds, and the idea is that you're playing golf and hit the ball off in the weeds, and the commercial said it's not what you did, it's what you do now. And I think that the university has to respond appropriately to things that come to it, whatever they are, and we have wonderful things that happen routinely. We have awful things that happen from time to time, and who we are and how we respond is how we're judged. And I believe that's always going to be the case, and each day we continue to work to do our best to be the best university we can be. When we have things that are unflattering or whatever, we try to work with those and handle them appropriately. And I think that's what we want to be known for, as a place of integrity, a place of respect. And so I think that these were unfortunate things, but unfortunate things happen from time to time, and our job is to continue to be the best university that we can be.